Hey guys, welcome back, and today we're going to talk about take profit strategies, what I'm applying, and we're going to talk about when you have to take a partial take profit and when you're going to take the full take profit. We're going to talk about that. I'm going to try to cover this, but the main reason with the partials and full exits is important to understand that if you're taking profit, you won't get broke, Profit is a profit even if it's a partial, but you're protecting your capital. So it's important topic and we're gonna talk about it, and I'm gonna try to show you some examples. So let's get into this. So okie dokie. So we still have this chart, we have this trade, for example, and my point is, if you're entering the trade, for example, you're risking $1,000, as I'm doing that. With this trade, you're gonna take 4K home. If that's gonna be successful, and we're gonna see that the market is moving something like bam, 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 bam. Congratulations, you took the profit. It's possible to gather that, it's possible to get this kind of the trades, but it's also very important to take the partial trades. What I mean by that is that you're entering the trade like that, 1 to 4 risk reward. It's good risk reward, but my point is that you have to protect your capital. And what I'm doing, I'm trading on the lower time frame, so I'm taking the partial profits early and protecting my capital. And I'm doing that by putting my stop loss at the break even. So for example, we enter this trade, and we have this loss. So if the trade goes here, if the trade goes here and touches those lows, I am taking 50% of the profit. What I mean by that is like I'm closing half of my position, and another half I'm leaving for the full profit. And why I'm doing that is because it's basically 1 to 2 risk reward, basically. Look at this, So if I'm putting on this trade $1,000 and closing 50% of the volume, when the trade goes down 1 to 2 risk reward, I'm taking $1,000 home, and another 1,000 is still running, and another 1,000 is running for the full take profit. So basically, if we have this, that I'm closing here, I'm taking 50% home, which is $1,000. If the trade continues downtrend, I'm closing here it fully, and with half of my position, here I have extra $2,000. $2,000. So overall, I made 3K with this trade, which is a good trade, Another example, if the trade goes here and we're taking our half of the volume, we're closing half of the position, we already have $1,000 profit, And what I'm doing by then, I'm putting my stop loss exactly at break even. So the worst case scenario, if the price continues going back, I'm closing my position here, and overall position is closed, it's fully closed, and now we have what? Overall we have $1,000 profit, because the position was closed. I protected my capital, I had my analysis, I put my stop loss, I put my stop loss on the break even, and I taking home $1,000. It's fucking amazing, that's for sure. But what if not happening, and the price going like that, we're taking home overall 3K. But partial trades, look at this, it's important because it's possible for the market to retest that level, the lower level where we took our $1,000, and then it can come back. It can continue on the uptrend, because now we are looking at the supply zone, and there is a big possibility that the price going down, but it's not always 100%. That's why you're protecting the capital. That's why you're putting your stop loss on the break even, just to save your capital and make some extra bucks. But if you're not taking the partial trades, the partial volume, and shit like that happens. Yeah, the price goes down. For example, you do not change your stop loss. Yeah, and it goes all the way up to your stop loss, and in this case scenario you're losing $1,000. Yeah, $1,000 negative because you didn't protect your capital. If you protected your capital but didn't take any partial wins, in this case you are at completely zero. Nothing. It's good you protected your capital, but if you do not close and the trade goes like this, and it goes all the way to the full take profit, in this case you have $4,000 profit. You see the differences. I hope you see the difference, but in my opinion, taking partial trades, it's much more important to protect the capital and take something home, you know, to make some extra bucks and leave it there. If the trade reversals, and for example in this kind of situation it's continued to go on uptrend, we're gonna lose the trade. We're gonna lose the trade and we're gonna get wrecked and we're gonna get negative balance, which is not good. That's why you're protecting the capital, you're taking a partial trades, taking the partial profits, and then putting your stop loss at zero. This is my high recommendation for you to protect the capital and enter the trades like that. Of course, there's a difference between, yeah, the full take profit, it's gonna be 4K if you're not closing trade and you're not taking the partials and anything, you're gonna get home 4K. But if you're taking the partials and you're leaving the trade and the best case scenario happens, you have 3K profit. It's still profit. It's a little bit less, but you protected your capital. Yeah, first thing, you protected your capital. Second thing, you put your stop loss at break even. If shit happens, and shit happens, believe me, once again, you protected the capital and you're taking home extra profit. And if it goes all the way to the take profit, you're still up. You see, it was a 3K, now it would be 4K if you're doing nothing. So it's better to get home with the profit than get with empty bags or even with a stop loss, which gives you a negative balance. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I hope partial and full exits was clear here. I provided you information how I am handling things, and I'm suggesting for you to do the same. Take some profits, even small ones, and protect your capital. Not all the trades gonna be the winners and not all the trades gonna be the losers, but you're gonna take profits. So yeah, guys, thanks so much for watching and see you in the next episode.